Hey guys, can everybody see and hear me? Let me know in the chat thing. Let me know if you guys can see me, hear me, all that stuff. Oh, great. Fantastic. Does anybody else feel like they're going to die from going to that conference? I hear everybody is sick, like super sick. I love Tony Robbins, but I don't care. I will never go to any event that requires me to hug and kiss and slap and touch 2,000 people every 10 seconds again. Never. Holy crap. Oh, it was fun at the moment, but then I was like, oh my God, this was a terrible idea. But yeah, and the funny thing is I actually feel better today than I did previous days, and I still feel terrible. My live event will be less than 200 people, so it shouldn't be that bad. There was like 1,500 people at Funnel Hacking Live. Yeah, I got antibiotics. I got, speaking of which, I got prednisone and I got antibiotics. So, oh, okay. You should put a bulletproof glass and wave from the back. I had gone to one last December for Tony's event. After all that hugging, I came down with a fever for 2 weeks. Yeah, my fever has actually been gone for a couple of days, but I've been sweating like a hooker in church. I mean, like just sweating like crazy. So I hope that's a good thing. I hope I don't have like sepsis or something. You know what I do? Whenever I get like a cough, I like Google cough and like, oh my God, you might have AIDS. And I'm like, shit, I have AIDS. And I just like imagine the worst thing. And then I'm like, to my wife, I'm like, should I go to the doctor and get tested for sepsis? And she's like, shut the fuck up. She's like, go back to sleep. I drive her crazy. So, but I mean, I feel a little bit better. Congestion. I mean, I feel terrible, but I feel better than I did the other day. I had like the shakes and all this crazy stuff. But my mother-in-law made me some yogurt soup, some Turkish thing. Not sure exactly what the hell's in it, but she's Turkish and she made it, so it's got to be good. Let me turn on the AC here, guys, because I'm like burning up. And I don't have a fever either, which is weird. But give me 1 second. So antibiotic plus rest. No milk while taking antibiotic. Why? What does that do? I guess yogurt. Does yogurt have milk? I don't know. I'm like an idiot when it comes to that type. Oh, yes. Oh, fantastic. Great. Oh, I guess it's dairy based. Hold on. I just checked my temperature real quick. Freaking Walgreens thermometer, 96.9. I read that they're always 2 degrees slower. I'm getting JR to come on this call to help me out in case I pass out or die or something. He's my top student, so he'll be able to help with some questions as well, because the more I talk, the worse I feel. But he's sick too. Not as bad as I am, I don't think, but everybody's sick. So it's ridiculous. All right, so let me take a look at some of the questions here. What I also wanted to do at the end of this call today is I wanted to do I wanted to do like a client acquisition mastermind, but I want to make sure that I want to make sure that it's good, you know, because I want it to be its own thing. So we're going to try to do that at the end. But if it doesn't turn out good, if I can't keep it together, then we'll do another one on another day. We'll just go with the flow today. So I apologize for being sick, guys, but that event kicked my ass. So all right. So while JR's on his way, I'm gonna let me just tell him something. It's the fourth call, the fourth little circle. So all right, let's go with some questions here. All right. So Linnell asks, I've made a Facebook business page for a DDS. I don't know what a DDS is. Made min at min. How do I? So it's not under my Facebook account. What's a DDS? I don't know what that is. Dentist? Can't just say dentist. I cannot. I don't think I'm going to read the questions back. It's more talking I'm going to have to do. DDS is a degree for dentist. Okay. Well, nobody on the planet probably knows that except for like dental people. So it is under my account, just my account. I need to add his ID to my business manager per instructions. Okay. I see what you're asking. I don't do it Danny's way because I had Danny do like a bare bones thing. I don't even know if that's still because Facebook. I'm gonna have to review that module because Facebook has made so many changes in the past like month, especially to the business manager. It may be out of date, so I'm gonna check that as soon as I get better and like my brain can function. I can look at that and make sure it's still up to date. But the way I do it is I have them go into their account, add settings, add roles, and they have to add you as a friend, and then they add you as an advertiser to their ads account, and then also as an advertiser to their Facebook page. Two things, okay? But so step one, add them as a friend on Facebook. Step two, add them as an advertiser in the ads account. And step three, add them as a advertiser on the page. I actually created a cheat sheet on this and put it either in the course or the group. I did. It should be in the group. So I'm not sure where it is exactly, but I'll have to find it. There's like a real basic cheat sheet, and it's something you can actually send to your client. It's in the course somewhere. I'll ask the person I sent it to. I'll make sure that that's given to you guys. But I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Here's the thing, and I don't want to be a dick about this, but when I went to FHL last week, I saw Garrett J. White speak. I don't know if anybody knows who Garrett J. White is, but he made this really important point that really helped. Now, I understand that this is like you're a first timer and you're asking for help and everything, but I want to be clear. Guys, if you have like a little technical issue like this, do not wait for a coaching call for this. If you wait for a coaching call, like you could Google this and figure it out. If you wait for a coaching call to ask a simple technical question, that's going to slow you guys down a lot, you know? And I understand that that's the easy way, but some of this stuff, like it changes, you know, like maybe next week they change a button or something and now it's different, you know? But I used to think back in my head, I used to think, oh, I need to create a cheat sheet for every possible scenario. I need to create this guide for everything. And I heard Garrett J. White speak, and he said, listen, he said, you know, you can't do that because you have to realize that you can lead people, but you can't save people. I don't know if you guys were there. Linnell, you were there, but it really struck home with me. And so I think I should put, And I'm not singling you out or anything. I'm saying that because I get these questions a lot, and it's the same questions over and over, and these questions are things that can be Googled. And I'd rather you guys spend 45 minutes cracking your brain and figure this stuff out now so you can get to work than wait 5 days for a coaching call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll gladly help you, but I'd rather see you guys take action and get going sooner. And sometimes I'm not gonna be able to help you. You're gonna have to just Google it. You know, I can give you the strategy. I can give you the basic like strategy of how to make this all work, but little teeny tiny things here and there, you're gonna have to Google it. So I do have that sheet, Linnell, and I will send it to you, but maybe next week Facebook changes something. And I know a lot of people are always saying, oh, you know, is this or that course updated? But you got to ask yourself, why do you want it updated? Is it you want it updated because you don't want to Google, or do you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can take a 5-year-old training and take concepts out of it, and make $1 million, you know, like, so I'm just trying to say, you know, try to have that mindset. But I do have that page somewhere. I'll find it. So since he has a personal Facebook page, no, he has to have a business page. Again, these are not coaching call questions. These are Google basic questions. These are not coaching call questions. These are very, very basics. I understand that you're newbie to it, but yeah, no, you can't advertise without a business page. Like but yes, you do, because see, okay, personal page, business page. You have to add them as a friend so that they can control what happens with the business page and put you as an advertiser on there. So, okay. I don't know, honestly. I don't know exactly what she did, but I promise you can. I'm not sure what I cannot find the account ID for his page. I'm not sure. I'm sure if I looked at it, but unfortunately I can't look at it. I would just I don't do it that way. I just add them I just go into the account manager and hit add role and type their name in, and that's all it works, all it does. So, but yeah, I understand sometimes it can be frustrating. I really do, but it's just the nature of the internet, you know. So yeah, I promise you will figure it out. I promise you. Like, it's again, the best I can, I'll find that sheet and send it to you, but the best I can say, I'm trying to get JR on here. The best I can say, you have to click on the 4th circle, bastard, and then use the password. You got to log into the membership and all that stuff. The best I can say is the way I do it is I go in and I add them that way. I'll try to find. Hold on, I know somebody. Yeah, I got that handled. Hey, do you have a copy of that PDF I sent you to send to clients that tells them how to add you as a manager? I put it somewhere. I don't remember where the freaking hell it is. Do you have that? You can send it back to me. I think I don't have it on this computer, but I'll try to post it. All right. Andrew asks, when you did T-shirts, what offers did you use for your ads? What targeting did you use? So I wasn't super successful with my T-shirt company with ads because I did not have a back end set up or continuity. And when I just introduced that, I kicked it off with my other company and I sold a T-shirt company anyway. But what I did in general was I would target other T-shirt companies and then narrow it by like Star Wars or whatever like that. It kept it simple, and it was more about how cool the shirt was and the copy than it was the targeting. Free plus shipping worked really, really well for that, and the upsell was like three extra shirts for $20. That worked well. And then but really the goal for the shirts was, yes, it's live, Jose. Jeez. The goal for the shirts was, like most of my profit traffic came from viral marketing. With ads, the best you can really ask for is to break even unless you just, like, I did not have the time or patience to find a winning ad to make, beer money off t-shirts. I really didn't. Not when I was running ads and making 40 grand off of $1,000 in ad spend for digital products and services. So I just never really went deep on front end ROI for t-shirts. However, I did have a successful break even funnel, which would have led to building a huge company of back end sales, but I didn't really want to mess with that because I just didn't want to do it. So, but that's the best I can answer that question. Kevin Joyce, my Cairo client puts on a dinner twice a month and offers the dinner for free for anyone. That's dinner with the doctor. That's a old offer. Previous ads guy was able to get people to come, but they only came for the free dinner and not for the content. Okay, that doesn't sound right. That sounds right. Like the doctor just sucks at closing, to be honest with you. But it's also it could also be in your copy. I mean, if he literally made the focus of the copy the dinner, then yeah, you could have attracted that people, but your doctor should have been able to still pull some things out. You want to make it more like a Q&A thing. And, oh yeah, it happens to be at dinner. You know what I mean? What suggestions do you have to give people there for the content and not just the free food? That would be my suggestion, what I just said. Make the copy centered on more of a Q&A, ask the doctor, and make the free food secondary. But honestly, the $21 for the first visit, x-ray, and adjustment works way better than that dinner with the doctor thing anyway. So, but if you're going to do an event funnel, I wouldn't even do dinner with the doctor. I would do like a pain management seminar or something so that they go there for pain management and then you sell them more of what they came there for. Pain management. Duh. Dinner with the doctor it can work, but they're going there to ask questions, eat, sit down with the doctor. They're not going there to get their pain managed necessarily. So you could frame it more like that, but I would just go straight for like a back pain seminar or something like you just got to be careful how you word it to get it approved. So let me see how JR is doing with this. You have to click on the fourth. I don't know if he's on or not. Let me text. Hey, help JR get on the damn call. I don't know why he's having trouble. Let me see here. I'm trying to get that PDF for you, Linnell. Because oh, here we go. All right, I'll find it. I'll get it over to you. Oscar, you mentioned in another video that you helped a martial arts school. Do you use targeting for that? No, I don't. No. I do, but it's more like parents, not really like, oh, good. Yes. Yes. Sonia can definitely help you. Fantastic. That's why I created this mastermind so that I don't have to do everything so that you guys can help each other. So that's fantastic. I'm glad you guys are working together. Dennis, do you have that PDF? I don't even freaking remember if I uploaded it to the course or not. My brain is swimming right now. Do you have that PDF I sent out? Is it in the course or did I just post it in the group and forget to add it to the course? Oh, it might be under files. Can you send it to me? Or send it to Ivy and have her send it to somebody. Ugh. Yeah, just send it to Ivy, and I'll have Ivy upload it and put it in the course somewhere. Okay, so do you use targeting for that since there are a lot of different styles, or do you just use a regular local business? I got 15 leads for $150 for a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school, but I want to do better. I go by demographic, parents. I've tried targeting, but and it works, but I find that if you let it run with just like parents of young children and you're doing like free week voucher for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that works the best. Let the pixel do the work. Excuse me, guys, for 1 minute. Oh, fuck. I would let the pixel do its work. Definitely on that, especially for anything local business. Finally, JR is on. Fantastic. All right. Yeah, but I already canceled last week's because of Funnel Hacking Live. I can't be canceling 2 weeks in a row. Ugh. Let me grab my other Gatorade. Hold on, before I pass out. Let me invite on JR to the call. You guys can keep asking questions. I have headphones. Let me invite JR on. Where are you at, JR? Let me put a shirt on. Oh, my God. Okay. Kevin Joyce asked, in my state, we cannot discount x-rays, so on my $21, I can't say. That's fine. You don't have, yeah, no, some states, that's true. Some states you can't do x-rays. You just do something else. I've been saying nerve scans. I would just leave it out. I would go first visit. JR can answer this one as well. Doctor's report, first office visit, first adjustment, I think, will work. So. I don't know, Linnell. Everybody says do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. Doctor said drink water and Gatorade, so whatever. It's probably better than not drinking anything at all. All right, let me find JR on here. Let me know when you're decent, JR. Which is probably never, but ready. All right. All right, I invited JR. Yeah, I was sweating a lot. I don't know why I'm sweating so freaking much, especially since my fever went down. Yeah, kind of dizzy. The more I talk, the more dizzy I get. So I'm glad I got JR coming on. I'm actually, how did you guys enjoy his affiliate training? Like,
Yo.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
How you feeling?
Dude, I've been on the crapper all day.
I'm never going to a Tony Robbins event again. I don't care. I'd rather be sad and lonely and miserable my whole life than slap hands with 2,000 freaking crazy people and get sick for a week. Like, just let me be depressed. I'm fine. I'd rather be depressed. Oh my God.
Dude, I never get sick. But like yesterday, I was like dizzy out of nowhere. I was like at this restaurant with my friends and I could barely like drive home. I got all dizzy and I ate like 400 calories yesterday. I couldn't even like do anything.
Yeah, Oh, it's freaking crazy. There will be no, like, there will be no hand at AdCon. There will be no like woohoo, like forget that. I'm just gonna teach people how to make money. Like, ugh. I was actually talking to Billy Jean about that, and he was like, dude, he's like, oh, can we just skip like, you know whose speech I liked? I like that Amazon guy. He's like, I'm not gonna tell you my story. Here's the funnels. Here's how they work. Here you go. I'm like, that was great. Like, I don't need to hear your freaking story. Like, so Billy Jean was like, he's like, I'm sick of hearing all these freaking stories and crap. Just show me how to make money.
Yeah.
But,
dude, Tony Robbins, he's in the Illuminati. I'm convinced.
oh my God. you're freaking,
Dude,
you're a conspiracy
I
theorist.
no longer subscribe to him.
Oh my God. You're crazy. I don't care what he's in. He got me sick, but no, I still like him. I'll watch him on TV. All right. No, I took a flu test. They stuck this thing like up in my brain through my nose. They said it wasn't the flu. It said it was upper respiratory infection. JR might have the flu though. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm pale or it's just the fact that I'm looking at you and me side by side and it's making me look pale. Like, because my wife said I wasn't pale. So, all right. So, no, it's probably because I have a 5,000 temperature light right here. Honestly, that's why it's making me look pale. Like, watch this. Okay, still kind of pale. Whatever. I don't get outside a lot. Whatever. Okay, it made me look paler though. Just saying. Okay.
Oh, dude,
Right, so
I'm coming down. I'm coming down. We're leaving tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow night.
Oh, you're leaving tomorrow. You can take a few extra days because you're sick. I'm sick. So
Well, we gotta find a place and stuff. We just got like 5 different places we're looking at.
Okay, well, get better. Don't leave a freaking trail as you come down. You know. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have JR is gonna move down because like he does really good with trainings, and I have so much trainings that I could give you guys, but I just don't have the time to put all this extra stuff out. So I'd rather like just yell at JR for an hour than have him show it to you guys. But so I'll probably have him do a bunch of upcoming stuff as well. Stephanie wants you to come see her. All right, let's stop BSing. So we got a couple questions here. Maybe you can help out, JR, and I can take 5 minutes and breathe for a second. Can you see the questions, by the way?
Yeah, I see 2 so far.
Are you able to click on them and answer them or no?
I can click comment on it and write whatever.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Focus screen. All right, I'll click them for you, and you can just tell me when you're done answering. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you the full screen, and we're going to answer Carrie's questions. So just read the question and then answer it, and then when you're done, I'll hit answered or whatever, and then I'll
All right.
When you say Tasha, I'll hit start. It just keeps track of when we answer what questions. So
Okay,
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna
so-
hit go for Carrie.
Has anyone ever tried a version of this? Well, I'm kind of lost because I don't know what this is. When we offer the trial week to a client, if they are on the fence to continue as paying client, or they act like they think they can do it themselves, offer to give them the exact funnel affiliate link plus Pixel Hero affiliate link and your course link. Thoughts about what? I don't know. I'm kind of confused by that question. I guess she's asking if a client thinks they can do it themselves, should you send them the affiliate link for Dan's course? I personally, I never make them think that they can do it for themselves.
Right.
So I've never done that, or I don't know. I just know the affiliate link for ClickFunnels. No, I've only had one person ever who I ended up selling them. It was actually a chiropractor who I ended up selling them the funnel. And I just sold them the funnel and walked away. And then they also got ClickFunnels through me too. So I guess that was cool, but it's not common practice. It's not something I would do. How much for the funnel? I gave it to him super cheap. It was like $600 or something. And then he signed up through ClickFunnels for ClickFunnels. But yeah.
All right, so done answering that one, and you're gonna answer Tasha's now.
Is it a good idea to use a bit.ly link for a custom conversion? I'm running your affiliate ad and I couldn't log into your website to get the original link. So luckily I found it in the bit.ly website. I added the original this morning, but both are still in the red. How long does it take to turn green? I guess you mean using the actual affiliate, the actual bit.ly link as the like thank you page or the landing page for the custom conversion. I never do that. I'm assuming it would probably work the same, but I just put in the actual URL of the page that people are going to be landing on for the custom conversion. Because a bit.ly, all it is really a redirect. So I guess.
Yeah, I don't think that'll work. I don't think that would work because no, that I don't think that would work if I'm understanding what she's saying, because like think about it. The pixel only fires when a page loads, and there's no page with bit.ly. It's just a redirect.
Yeah. It's just a URL redirect basically.
Yeah, so that won't work.
So yeah, that's probably why it hasn't turned green yet. Usually the way I do it is I load I've set up the custom conversion and then I go visit the page. Usually I'll do it from like a different browser. I don't think it matters, but and then it'll activate the pixel and it usually starts working in like 5 minutes after I visit the page myself. Okay, so I just used the original this morning. Okay.
So I'm gonna all right, cool. So let me hit done on that. Whew. Thank you for helping me with this, JR. It's a lot easier when I don't have to talk every 5 seconds.
Do you warm up clients in what way, in what they are going to get with ads when they are on the trial? Example, like the value ladder or what results they can get. This is for when the trial ends, they don't expect more than what basically prevent them from being an ass in the end. Are you basically talking about pre-framing, Oscar? Do you warm up clients in what they're going, I could barely read today, going to get with the ads when they start the trial? So I actually, yesterday I recorded a call. Damn, I wish I could play it for you guys because it's like 20 minutes. But I recorded a call of me on the phone with a realtor guy that Dan sent me. And the way I pre-framed him, and this is how I pre-frame all my clients, is anytime I have a phone call with somebody, and I hope this is answering your question. If not, then just re-ask it in a different way or ask whatever I left out. But I always send people a, so let's say I have a call. So they say they went through my Calendly link and they booked a call for tomorrow or the next day. Basically what I do is I send them an email before that and I just say, hey, thanks for booking your call. I just want to let you know that that time is confirmed for you. Will you please take a second to watch this video? And the video is just a client testimonial, like a 60-second client testimonial. So
that's a great idea.
9 out of 10 times, and I can even show you this guy, he emailed me back and he's like, hey, thanks, JR. I'm super excited for our talk tomorrow. And that's when I know like it's going to go well. When they're like, I'm super excited, that means I've pre-framed them correctly. So I don't get on the phone with people unless they're pre-framed, because then I'm going to be basically when someone's not pre-framed properly, the first questions in their mind are, is this guy legit? Is he going to scam me? This and that. So that eliminates all that and we just get down to business. So when I got on the phone with this guy, it was basically me just walking him through the campaign. I did a screen share and I showed, so basically I asked him about his business the first few minutes. My main goal for that is to find out how successful they are right off the bat. So this guy, it was actually pretty easy because he just came out and he was like, well, I did 150,000 last year and it was my first year in real estate, and this year we're going for 12 million. So I'm like, okay, this guy's ambitious. And then he hinted to the fact that he doesn't like to do things himself. He likes to do a little work and outsource things. So I was like, all right, this will be a good client. And then I even told the guy, I was like, he's like, cool. I was like, cool, you basically passed my test because I only like to work with people who are successful. And then I go on to tell him like, hey, I'm not going to save anybody's business, but if you're already making money, then you're just going to make more money. And it just went super, super awesome. Then I walked him through the campaign. I said, this is exactly what I'm going to do for you. And then I asked for the sale at the end. So we'll see if he closes today. But I'm like 90% sure this guy's going to close. But I have it recorded and everything. So after he closes, I'll probably send that recording out to you guys. Does that answer your question?
Hey, that was a really good answer, JR. I just want to point out to you guys that you got to remember something. In the past 6 months, especially, I've stopped taking on clients. I'm now handing clients off to other people because I just can't do it. And I'm focusing on, my course business and writing a book and all this other stuff. And so guys like JR, these guys are more active in the client space than I am, and a lot of the other guys, James Cluster, so they're going to have some insight that I probably don't even have because it's maybe new stuff. And at the same time, you got to remember when I jump on the phone with somebody at this point, my name alone can sell the client. So I'm not getting the practice in that I got 2 years ago when I had no name and figuring out all the little tricks that it takes when you don't have a name. I still have a lot that I've provided in the course, but there's always new stuff coming out. And that's why you really should turn to your peers in this group, because people are going to find out new stuff every day, and that's why the group's so important. Wouldn't you agree, JR?
Yeah, for sure. Especially,
yeah.
Well, like one of the biggest things me starting out is like every other business venture I've ever tried, it was literally like me on an island by myself. But when I first started in this, I had Tanner, I had Danny Vega, and we were all doing the same thing in and out every day. So I think we like accelerated our growth like 3x because we had the experience of each other versus just going about it by yourself. But we were talking like we used to talk like every single day. I mean, I still talk to them every day, but we used to talk like every single day when we were first getting started with no clients,
Right. Yeah. So that's good. So yeah, I think that especially with client acquisition, there's a lot of new stuff that is probably working for everybody. That is new stuff that can definitely be shared. And I'm excited to share some new stuff that I've been experimenting with in the digital products and retargeting and affiliate space, because I got all kinds of crazy results I've come out with that, and I can't wait to share that stuff. Yeah, so let's go ahead and we're gonna do Jake's question. So I'm gonna hit start on that.
Hold on. Okay, have you ever encountered this error? I contacted Facebook about it. Account is not qualified to create a CPA ad. This account has been created too recently or spends too little to be eligible for CPA ad creation. The client has had the ad account for a month and has spent $200 already. Now it only lets me pick when you're charged, not for clicks, but for impressions only. Now that I'm being charged for impressions is screwing up my client ads. That's really weird. I've never heard of that. Have you, Dan?
No, that's news to me. But then again, I only have
CPA ad. What do you call cost per action?
That acronym gets used multiple times. It could be cost per action. It could be when it says Facebook just changed everything, right? Now they don't call it clicks anymore. They call it traffic.
Dude, it's so annoying. And like
I know
PPE is post engagement.
Yeah.
So like in my course, for example, I say PPE and everybody's like, "What's PPE?"
Yeah, God, I need to come out with like a Tony Robbins thing, like just like how to be successful. That way there's no dashboard to change on me. But yeah, so honestly, I think what he means is cost per action. Well, see, cost per action should be.
I think he's saying it's only letting him do impressions as the campaign objective.
That would be CPM.
Yeah, exactly. So it's saying he's not qualified to create a cost per action.
They literally just changed everything. Now it's all called different stuff.
He said, yeah, it's only letting me charge per impression, not per click.
I've not heard of that. I've never run into that. I've been scaling my personal clients down. I only have like maybe 5 clients right now. and they're all people that are really easy for me to work with that don't bug me. And so like, and they're people I've had for a while. So I'm not churning a lot of new clients. You guys are probably doing that more than I am. So, you know, this is not something I've run into. Have you run into it at all, JR?
No, it says because the account's too new, but that's weird. Like, I don't know.
Well, I just like last month, I created 3 brand new accounts and ran ads, and I didn't have this problem. That's odd. This might be something brand spanking new. They might not even have documentation on it yet.
CPA will only be available if there's enough install history for the app.
For the app? Oh, wait a minute. Are you running ads for an app? Oh, that's the thing. It's not an app. Okay, here's what you do. Okay, hold on. Even though I've never had this happen, here's what you do. I have had this happen lately. Facebook will like approve half my ads and disapprove others that are the same ad. They'll do all kinds of weird stuff. You gotta contact them because they're doing weird stuff, you know, and you got to contact them and tell them what's going on, and they should be able to fix it. And I've seen a lot of just complete weirdness lately. And it does not get fixed unless you reach out to them and just say, what the hell? So that's the best advice I can give. And I have done that, and they have fixed it lately. So let me, let's go ahead and do Jeff, JR.
Have you had luck generating leads in the mortgage broker niche? I haven't, but I'm pretty sure that one of these calls was Danny Vega talking. I think Danny's Star Student Workshop talking about mortgage brokers.
Yeah, he does a whole training on how to generate leads for mortgage brokers in the Star Student Workshop. So that's basically the Jeff, you should have access to that. You're in the collective, aren't you? If you don't have access to that, let me know, and I will make sure you get access to that. Or actually, let Stephanie know, and she'll make sure you get access. Okay, we'll do Linnell now, JR.
Tell us again what you say when you are asking how successfully I am contacting a prospect that was referred to me right now. He was interviewing me. Now it's my turn to interview him. How do I propose he call me? He does videos for businesses and wants to offer funnels outsource along with it to scale his offers. Okay, so basically I never let them quote unquote interview me. I always try to keep control of the conversation. And the way you do that is when you first get on the call with them, you want to ask them questions. So usually if it's like a realtor or something, I'll just start out very general, but I basically want to make the questions more narrow to the point where I can ask them a little bit more personal questions, but I don't want to just come out on the first question and be like, so how many houses are you selling a month? So I say, the way I do it is like, okay, what area are you in? How long have you been in business? And the first like 5-10 minutes is just that, just how long have you been in business? Do you run a team? Are you a broker or what? And then the goal is for me to find out how successful they are. So as soon as I know, I know for example, for chiropractors, a good chiropractor is seeing over 100 to 150 patients a week. So if they're seeing like 50, I'm like, okay, it's probably not going to be a good fit. So this guy that I was talking
that
to,
means they're not going to close whatever you send them anyway, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think, hold on, let's just really revisit that for a second, because and I sometimes when I see, I'll see a group of people post in the group, oh my God, we got all these results for this Chiro or this or this, that, I'm making all this money. And then somebody else will post, oh my God, I'm not making any money. I need money. And sometimes in my brain, I'm like, how in the hell is these people over here? They got the same course. These people are killing it and these people aren't. And I would love to be able to say, oh, well, you just aren't working hard enough, and they are, and then leave it at that. But I don't like to do that because I like to help. And I think something you just said is really important, is that, and I have said this over and over that you have to choose the right clients, but what you just said is a very, very detailed thing is if they don't have, like, what did you say about 100, 150?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
chiropractors.
Yeah. If they don't have that, that means that's a red flag. So if you take somebody that's 20 to 50 or something, you're going to struggle and you're going to waste time and you're going to get depressed. And, you know, I would rather see you take that time that you would spend struggling with that client and close 2 good clients. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the way I view it. So
Yeah,
I'm
the
sorry.
only exception is like, you know, if they're hot and willing to spend money, which usually if they're not successful already, they're just going to be a pain in the ass from the beginning.
Right.
But so then to answer the rest of your question, I don't. So okay, so that's a good point. He said Corey didn't have that many patients, but Corey was driven. Like he went out, he bought a course, he tried to change the situation.
Yeah, he wasn't a client. He bought the damn course.
Yeah, exactly.
He spent his last $1,000. So what does that tell you? That tells you it. So that overrides everything. He was driven enough to go out and buy a freaking course on it. But if you're contacting somebody like, hey, I can help you scale your business or whatever with Facebook ads, and they're like, well, I see 20 patients a week. Is it really going to work? That's not a driven person. So there's a huge, like, there's a huge difference there. Huge difference.
One of the easy ways to figure it out without them actually telling you how many patients they're seeing or clients or whatever is to ask them what else are you doing for marketing? And if they're like, oh, I'm doing Groupon, I have a billboard on the highway, I'm doing dinner with the doctors, you're like, okay, well, this person's probably successful if they're spending all this money on all these different tools. Like some of my best clients, I get on the phone with them and they're like, well, I just gave this other agency $6,000 to do X or whatever. Like those are the clients you want, the ones that are already spending money on marketing.
Plus, you could say also something like, here's something I've used in the past. I've said, well, you know, I want to make sure I can help you. I want to make sure I can increase your patients, not decrease or not just be the same. So do you mind if we get a look at your numbers a little bit here so I can make sure I can help you? So like, what are you doing for marketing? And then they'll say dinner with the doctor, mailers, whatever. Okay. So can we get just a basic estimate? Like how many new patients do you think dinner with the doctor is bringing you per month? And how many new patients do you think mailers are bringing you? And let me see how that can compare to ads. So now you like ask them those questions and you get the total, you know, and you also now if they say, well, the mailers, you know, they're not really bringing me that much. Now you can frame about how Facebook ads is better than mailers and you can attack that pain point that you just got out of them.
Yeah. And one of the big questions I learned recently to ask was when I'm showing them the campaign, what I'm going to do for them, I always say, if I could show you how this could pay for itself, would you be interested in that? Or would you like that? Basically like a trial close. And they're like, yeah, like, of course, like who wouldn't? So basically it's super, super simple to walk them through the math of how this could pay for itself. And after seeing that, if they still say no to you, they're not going to, because they're saying no to themselves. They're basically calling themselves a liar because they said yes. And then now they're going to say no after like they said that it would be worth it. That's basically lying to themselves.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did everybody just get like some amazing value out of that thing that JR just said? Because that's like a tweak you could use that could take you from struggling to having 10 clients. I mean, like that's huge right there. I would be all jumping up and down and excited if I wasn't so damn sick, but I'm like turning my mic on every 30 seconds, like, pay attention to this thing he just said. But, anyway, so, yeah, so that's, super, super, super important. Somebody needs to write that down and, you know, yeah, exactly. Now, if I can show you how this can pay for itself, would you like that? You know?
Would you like that? Is this something you could see yourself doing?
Yeah.
Just a simple trial closes.
Sonia says, Dan, are you considering recording yourself for JR closing a client? I already have a recording
Dan
of
already
me.
has one.
Yeah, there's already one in the course of me closing a client.
And that was like 4 months ago or 5 months ago, and the guy's still with you too.
Yeah. And you don't you have one?
I just did one yesterday.
I thought you already had one that we put in your Star Student Workshop, didn't we? Or no?
I don't think so.
Or maybe you just walked through it. Yeah, if you want to put it in, I can just add it to your Star Student Workshop, you know. But you know what? Oh, you know what else we could do, guys? What do you guys think about this? There's an app called, and you guys might want to write this down. It's called Tape a Call. It's $10 on the iPhone marketplace or whatever. It's called Tape a Call. And what you do is you call somebody, but you conference call or whatever. What would be really cool is if for those of you guys that are closing clients, record your calls. And if you successfully close them, take that call and give it to me, and I'll upload it to like the Star Student Workshop section, or just I'll just put it in the course, and we'll just have this we'll just take all these successful calls, and we'll put it in a, you know, we'll just put it in one area, and you guys can just study all these calls and what worked. You know, I think that's a great idea. So, yeah, like if you guys want to do that, feel free. You can upload it to Dropbox and send Ivy or Stephanie a link, and we'll put it in the course, and it'll just help everybody if you guys are willing to do that. So, everybody's like, yes. And for those of you that want that to happen, that are having trouble, start bugging people about it, and they'll do it. Because you got to think, the people that are closing, they're probably like, I'm happy. I don't, you know, they got to get off their butts. So, you tell the client you're recording them, right?
Oh, I
I'll
don't.
leave that up to you guys.
I don't tell them I'm recording. But like yesterday, I put the guy on speaker just because I was recording through this mic, but I was also showing him on Hangouts and recording my screen. So I'm just like, hey, you're on speaker. There's no one here. It's just easier for me to navigate. And if I do put it out, I'll just like bleep out his name and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell them that, but you can just be like, but I don't know, if you start off like all calls are recorded for quality assurance or something, that'll probably kill your pre-frame. But I usually do them over Google Hangouts, and when somebody goes on Google Hangouts, they usually know they're being recorded anyway. So yeah, I guess you'd want to tell them if you're using the iPhone app. But actually, I tell them, when I recorded the Mo call, I said to him, I mean, what you could probably do is you could just say like, hey, just so you know, I record my calls because I try to study, like, I just try to get better at marketing and how I deal with, you know, customers. And so I go back and
they're used to having their calls recorded, because anytime you call any company, the first thing they say is this call is may be recorded for quality assurance.
You know what else you could say? Oh, here's a good one. I just thought of this. You could say this. You could be like, hey, just so you know, I record my calls. And the reason for that is, it's you could say like, you know, I want to make sure that we're both clear on expectations, so that, you know, if there's a question, we can always go back to the call and for clarity, you know, or something like that, you know, to protect both of us or something. I don't know. It's honestly, I just kind of feel it out, you know. I feel it out. So it really just depends. If the guy seems super uptight, then maybe you don't want to record him. But I usually just say, hey, just so you know, I record my calls so I can study them for marketing purposes. And usually people will just be like, okay, cool. And you just move on. You know, just mention it real quick. I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. But yeah. I'm also not encouraging anybody to illegally record people and break federal laws. I think it is
different everywhere.
I know. I think it's a federal law. I think you can't, if you record somebody, you have to tell them you're recording them.
I'm sure if you like change the pitch or something. I don't know. Oh
no, it's the act of recording. Like you have to tell them. It's federal wiretap laws.
No,
you legally have to tell them. But But unless it's in a public place or I don't know I'm not a lawyer. Don't take any legal advice from me. This is for entertainment purposes only. All right, so I'm gonna hit done on Linnell's question, and we're gonna answer Jose's.
Starting my first Cairo trial today, and just making sure I have everything set up. Offer, consultation, exam, X-ray, doctor reported findings. First adjustment $21. He's in Texas. Targeting women 34 to 55. Should I do moms? Only if you like to do moms. Within a 5-mile radius from his office. The doctor will get a text message as soon as a lead comes in, and leads will get email and text reminders before their appointment. Should I also iframe his Calendly on the thank you page? Would that increase or decrease conversions? So everybody's like dying in the comments. Yeah, everything you said is pretty spot on. I would do, the way I do it is I start out targeting women 21 to 31, 32 to 42, 43 to 53, and then 54 to 64. Usually I don't do 65 plus because I don't know, most of my doctors, they say they don't want like Medicare people. But yeah, split into depending on your budget, you can do all 4, but I usually start with like 3. And then what I do is I run that for like probably like 3-4 months, and then once that starts to slow down, then I'll turn on the last ad set that I didn't use, and then I'll start targeting men. But what I found is that men don't convert as well for chiropractor ads. They still convert, like you'll still get a good decent lead cost and everything. I just found women convert better, so I just go into that group first and just keep the men in my back pocket. Then I'll run men for like 2 months or so just to give the women ad set a break, and then I'll go back to women. So basically the way it works is, if you guys know, like it's basically like a promotional calendar, and you can also do that with different offers. If you guys are familiar with like McDonald's, they always do they'll do like seasonal items like the McRib, and then they'll do like the Shamrock Shake, and all they do is they come out with these every single year, different times of the year. It's just a promotional calendar just because they have to keep their promotions fresh. So it's the same kind of concept here. So a lot of people always ask, what do you do when the ads stop working? And that's usually what I try to do.
Awesome. All right, what else we got?
Sonia says, so you're only targeting these women in age. Yes. So what I do is I don't do any interest, because it's usually if you're in a town that you're not going to be able to target like sciatic or back pain or upper back pain, because there's just not going to be a big enough audience. So I just run it to women. But one thing that I do, and I think Tanner was the first one to start doing this, at least that I know of. I try to find the zip codes or houses that are 300,000 and up, and then draw a 1-mile radius. So I go to realtor.com. I type in, so for example, can I just show them real quick with like screen share?
Yeah, of course you can. No, you can't. Fuck them. You know,
it's gonna be easier. So I have I don't know. Am I screen sharing? No, right?
Yeah, you gotta. There's a little screen share button thing. Remember what happened last time you tried to screen share?
It says.
I know you're excited, JR, but let's not let that happen again. Hey, real quick, while you're doing that, I want to answer Andrew's question.
All right. Can
okay.
you guys see my screen?
I can't yet, but I want to answer Andrew's question. He says, I've got a trial starting tomorrow. I'm doing for a martial arts center in Philly. He absolutely insists on a 1-mile radius. That drops my total range to 3,500. Is that too little to work with beyond the drill? Tell him to insist with your balls, okay? Like, I do not understand why you guys let clients walk over you. I'm not even going to answer that question. You already know the answer to that question. Okay. The real question is why are you working with a client that is walking all over you like that? Like I would never even let the conversation get far enough to where he even knows about that. Like JR, you know what I'm saying? Like why is the conversation even getting to the point where he's dictating to you what mile radius your ads are? Like I give as little information as possible on how I do targeting or whatever, because the more information like you give a client, the more they're going to try to screw with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like once you close them, you're just gonna take care of it. You know, like do not work with clients that are literally like why are they paying you if they know
Yeah, but usually if they start dictating like that, it's because you let them get to that point.
Right, exactly. And you can't let them get to that.
Are you guys seeing my screen?
I'm not. No. Hold on. Let me wait. Hold on one second.
Because it says.
Oh wait, there it is. I'm sorry, that was my fault. Okay.
Right, so you seeing it now?
You want? Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Okay, so I have a client, a chiropractor client in Omaha, Nebraska. Dude, I love this dude to death. Like I have not talked to the guy in 3 months. He's auto pay. He's auto billed every month on the 28th. And he just doesn't bug me at all. Like it's amazing. But anyways, so you go to realtor.com, type in Omaha, Nebraska, go to any price, and then I do minimum 300,000 and any price for the maximum. So then it starts showing you all these different, let me go to Facebook so I can show you guys in the Power Editor how to do this. So it starts showing you all these different houses, right? So there's actually, so if you click like any of these houses, in some areas you can get by just doing the zip code. Like Omaha, for example, because it's big enough where the zip codes are segmented like rich people and poor people. So in this case, you can just use the zip code. So you just put the zip code into the Power Editor on Facebook. But in other places, it's not as segmented. Like, you know, for example, where I live, like the area code, the zip code 18103 has like $1 million homes and then like $80,000 homes. So that's not like, you don't want to target zip code in that case. But basically, I just started doing this so that I know that the people that are coming in have money and they can't complain that people that are coming in are broke. So yeah, I'll just pick any one of these. So go over to the Power Editor. And I'll just click any ad really. Okay, so let's say I'm in the ad set, right? The way it's gonna work out probably like about 60-70% of the time is you're gonna have to use an address. So for example, there's this place which is 5632 118 whatever. I type that into here and then I just do a 1 mile radius. So that way I know it's picking up all the homes in that area. And then there's a way, I can't remember where it is, but there's a way where you can see like an entire map of the area in here through realtor.com. And then it'll show you the different pockets where the, oh, right here, map. Oh, crap. Hold on. Okay, perfect. So you see how it has all these different pockets? So I know like this house right here, I could draw a 1 mile radius and I'll get all these over here, I can draw a 1 mile radius and I'll get all these. And then all this right here is pretty much fair game. So I also like to see like where my chiropractor is. So if he's like here, if he's anywhere in Omaha, he'll probably be all right. But then I just do 1 mile radiuses and make sure that I have all these homes above 300,000. Depending on the area, some you can get away with 200, 250,000. But this basically just, it's a better way to target income than actually doing income targeting. Because I know on Facebook you can do like people who make 100 to 150,000 or 300,000 and up or whatever. But what I found with that is if you type in income into here and you see like where they're actually getting this data from, it says, source. Partner category provided by Axiom, which is just some third party where they buy this data from. Income is either consumer self-reported, meaning who knows if it's accurate and how it's self-reported or if people are lying or whatever, or estimated based on variety of demographic data such as age, occupation, home ownership, and median income. So basically what they're saying is Facebook's guessing on these people's income. So that's algorithm based. But if somebody lives in a $300,000 home, chances are they're making money. That's fact based, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. That's that's in what module of the course is that in? That's is that in the ads module? Yeah, it's in the ads module.
Yeah, I remember you saying that like a lot of the interests are algorithm based. So that's
how do they really know if you like dogs? Like, how do they know? But if you like the PetSmart page, it's because you clicked on the PetSmart page and hit like. Like, you know that. Like, that's or if you clicked on Derek Halpert, or if you clicked on Amy Porterfield, or if you clicked on Tony Robbins and you hit like on one of their pages, they know that. But if you're like self-help, they're guessing. I mean, it's probably a decent guess, but it's definitely not, in my opinion, as good of a guess as hitting like on that page. You know what I mean? And the same, you can apply that same logic to like what you just said in other scenarios as well.
Yeah, and I found with since I feel like the ad cost is also higher and when you do income as well.
Yep.
I don't know if it's because they're passing on the cost of like buying that data to you or what, but I don't know.
Absolutely. So Linnell has a question. We're coming up on 70 minutes here. What I wanted to do for the remainder was really talk about client acquisition, but I want to get at least a good 5 to 7 people that are killing it with getting clients, and I'm not sure if they're on. Is anybody who's doing decent at getting new clients on the chat right now? I know that it's funny because the people that are doing the best, they usually skip the calls because they're like, well, I'm doing great. You know? So, oh, Mark's here. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, you should have Mark come on because he's killing it.
Is he? I like it when you guys kill it and then you don't tell me about it, so I can't.
Dude, Mark, he did. I think last month he did over. I knew it was like the middle of the month and he was at like 15 grand or something. So I know he did like 20 or something.
So don't like tell me or anything so I can exploit you and sell more courses. Thanks, Mark. You know.
And actually, he has a new approach. I don't know if he wants me to tell everybody, but basically, he's doing like a blog post or something, driving traffic to it, and they're booking a call.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You can do that. It's still like a lead magnet. All right. So let me get. All right. So we got you, JR. Jason gets clients. He's here. He's got a backlog. Mark's here. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring on. And I can actually bring all you guys on in like a chat mode. And I'm going to probably take 10 minutes and go like maybe die or something, but like probably go lay down. But I can get you guys on here and you guys can talk amongst yourselves. You guys can answer questions. You guys can talk about what's working now for getting clients. And we have a cap of, I think, 2 hours. So just watch the clock. But so Mark's here, Jason's here. Is anybody else here that is, killing it with getting clients? I mean, really, 3 of you is enough. I mean, if we have too many people, it could get kind of hard to really cover a lot. So, and I'm actually going to include this as a bonus for the Star Student Workshop upgrade as well, which I promised I would do for people. So let me do this. Let me get Mark on here, and Mark and Jason, you guys cool with coming on? Let me answer Linnell's question real quick. Linnell, how far of a radius should I target for a dentist? I don't think a dentist matters as compared to anything else. What do you think, JR? Like 5 miles, 10 miles?
It depends on the area. So like I have a client in Overton, North Carolina, which is kind of middle of nowhere. So I do like 15 miles, but for like Omaha, Nebraska, I just target that city. I don't put a radius at all.
Yeah, that's a great point. You got to kind of make an educated decision, because if you're in the middle of New York City, you can do 10 feet, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're in like, you know, bumfuck Egypt, you can do 15 miles, like you said, because there's no, you know, people will drive that far. So hopefully that answers that question, Linnell. There's really no black and white answers in this. You got to make educated decisions on each client. Like I have to adjust how I do things depending on location a lot, especially. So, all right. So I'm going to invite Mark and let me get you guys on here. Let's see, where's Mark? Mark. There's Mark. And Jason. Invite on screen. I don't think I have to remind everybody 100% value, no promo. I don't know if you guys sell anything that would be promo, but I'm just throwing that out there. Anybody else want to jump on so that it would be nice to have 4 people just for the screen sake. Because I don't want to be on because I look like I'm about to die. So, anybody else killing it with client that's on the chat? It's funny because we actually have guys that are, I'd rather have the 3 guys that are really killing it than 10 people that only have like 1 or 2 clients. So that's actually good. Sonia, yes, that of course that'll be talked about. I have like a huge presentation on that. I'm going to give you my exact like retargeting strategy. Most course sales, by the way, just Sonia, they're in retargeting. That's like, I mean, stupid ROI. Okay, so let me, all right, so where are we at here? Mark, turn on your webcam, and Jason's still waiting on you to accept. Make sure you guys are, yeah, say again?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
My webcam's on. I can see myself on the screen.
Yeah, you're black.
Congratulations to you. I can't. Hold on, let me try something here. I turned your video off. Now let me turn it back on.
All right.
Nah, still black.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Nope. All right, I'm going to remove and re-invite you, Jason.
Oh, there you go.
Am I on now?
Okay, cool.
You can tell you just made your hair look super good for this.
I'm digging the Justin Bieber look. Like,
I've been
like
getting
you look like
cut and not the top for like 2 months now.
you look like Justin Bieber 1 year after he retires.
So, Mark, how long did you go from like no clients to like 15, 20 grand a month? Like how long was that spread?
So I had been doing this for like a year before divorce, going back and forth trying to figure out how the fuck I was going to make money online. And I was doing client work for real estate, but I was an employee, and then I like persuaded them to just pay me and I would work from home to basically do the same thing. I was getting good results with them with Facebook ads and lead gen and stuff like that. But after I got Dan's course, which was like August, I think, I was at 10K a month by the end of the year. And I didn't sign my first client on until the end of November. So it took me.
Yeah, I remember you had like it was like a $4,500 day or something, and that was like your first 2 or 3 clients or whatever.
Yeah, I signed 3 clients on the first day, and that was, you know, it just gave me momentum, and I just kept closing. So the biggest thing is just getting people on the phone. You know, it's really a numbers game. You're not going to close everybody, but if you can fill your pipeline up and get calls with people, then you're solid. I mean, if you guys have trials that have done well, you need to exploit your results, and you need to stop doing trials. Only do a trial if you have no results in that niche. And even if you don't, there's still ways to get around it without doing a trial, because a lot of the problems you guys are having, and I see the questions, you know, I get the notifications, even though I try not to look at them because it's just a lot to handle when you're busy. But
can I just say something here real quick? You know what's funny about this? And by the way, you guys should put headphones on because I'm getting feedback. We're getting feedback.
Probably me.
Yeah, or turn down your. Yeah. Here's the funny thing. And this, I'm going to be truthful with everybody here. I get so frustrated because whenever I have like star students or people that are doing well, everybody's like, "Oh my God, let's hear from them. Let's talk to them and see what they're doing." And every single time, usually you guys just repeat the shit in the course. And like you just did, like I've said, how many times have I said you only
do a trial once?
Only do a trial once, and you guys are doing like 30 trials. Like I'm sorry, I can only say it so many times. I don't know what I got to do. You know, like you're not hearing anything new. You're just not doing it. Not you guys. You guys are clearly doing it, but like everybody else, like you're just not doing it. I don't know what I got to do to get people off their asses and prove to them to just take the course. Like ask Cluster, like ask Corey. Like they both will tell you, like, do not just actually follow what's in the course. I think what happens is, this is my honest opinion, I think people skim the course, then they see you guys succeeding, and then they go, "Well, how'd you do it?" And you're like, "I just did what was in the course." And then they go like, "Oh," and then they go back and take the freaking course, and then come back. And they're like, "Oh, now I have clients." So,
Dude,
all right. So,
hashtag do what Dan says.
yeah, hashtag. So I'm gonna reduce my screen. I'm gonna go get some water and let you guys chat. Jason, your screen's off. Oh wait, I think I did that. Did I do that?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I turned you back on. I hope you weren't.
Sorry.
You know. Okay.
No. I just needed to step away for a minute.
Okay, well, sorry about that. Okay, so before I die, I'm gonna let you guys talk and just try to really talk about what's working. And I know that a lot of it's gonna be stuff in the course, but really try to just go deep on how to get people to like specific things to take actions to get clients. So, you know, if it's new stuff that's not in the course, more power to you. I love it. You know. So I'm going to just let you guys go, and you guys just try to rotate and just try to talk amongst yourselves and help everybody out. So.
Okay. I think that part of the reason why people do trials past the point where they're supposed to is just the lack of confidence in being able to close a client without a trial. So I think that here's a very, very simple, watered-down formula to try to close clients without a trial. So once you've done your first trial and you have your first result, you do a screen share with your client, with your potential client, and you show them that result. So you say, if you have screenshots from the client, if you have a video testimonial, you show them that on the call, and then you walk them through the campaign that you ran for them, and then you go through, they'll probably have like a few 3 or 4 questions usually, and then you ask for the sale. So very, very simple. I just say, "Are you ready to get started?" And that's it. So again, show the result, show the campaign, ask for the sale. Very simple. So I don't know. Mark can probably shed some light on that, but I'm pretty sure your method is somewhat similar to that.
So when I get people on the call, yeah, I do pre-frame them like you said. That's really important. If you're not doing any sort of pre-framing, whether it's just recording a quick couple-minute video or anything, because until they see your face, until they see a video of you, until they see that you can produce some sort of results, all you are is just some some time block on their phone. You're just a space in their calendar, and they're really just probably wondering what the fuck is going to happen, So the more, I'm not saying you should give them too much information before, but you want to give them information that's going to make them excited to get on the phone with you, like JR said before. Same thing. I mean, if you don't have that experience in sales for yourself, you can relate it to a time that you were excited to buy something when maybe someone sold you via phone or whatever. Or it's even similar to when you're waiting for a package in the mail. Like, you're just fucking excited to do it. You know what I mean? It's different because you already bought, but and what he said about the structure of the call too, I mean, when you get them on the phone, you build rapport for a minute or two. I don't do 5 to 10 minutes of it, but I just, ask them where they're from, how long they've been in practice, all that shit. Same thing. And then I take control of the call, and I tell them, like, this is how I do these calls, implying that I do a lot of them and I'm a professional. And, and then I just tell them, I'm going to ask you some questions. Stop me along the way if you need to ask me anything or you need clarification. But other than that, I'm doing this to collect information to see if this is a good fit if your business is a good fit for my service, basically. And I ask them a shitload of questions, and I have a string of questions that I ask them, but I also go on the fly and I will ask them questions according to what they say. So if I'm on a pain point question, I dig, how is that going to affect you? Or how is that going to affect your business? How has it affected your business? What would it look like, if that was gone? Basically, some of the research questions, but you just want to get in their heads, you know what I mean? And when you close, like you said, you just tell them exactly what you're going to do for them, so they could take the information and implement it themselves if they need to, or if they want to, or whatever. But you just ask them, like, do you want me to do this for your business? Do you want me to implement this for you? And that's how you close, And
can you guys hear me? Yeah. Just want to check my mic. Yeah, I had some problems with my microphone. It wasn't switching on before. Sorry to interrupt.
And if that's basically it. Like, you guys are overcomplicating it if you're getting calls and not closing. And from my experience, it's easier to close someone not from a trial. I've done so many trials, and I didn't take my own advice or Dan's advice before, just like a lot of people will. And I learned the hard way. But it's easier. It's easier to close someone when you don't give your services away for free, because they don't value it. And another thing you guys have to realize too is when you're generating leads for someone for free, and especially when the ad cost is so low to them, they're not invested. And if you don't pay attention, right? It's the same concept. They're not invested. To them, it's just a lead. I tell my clients that, hey, you need to have the mindset that this isn't a lead. Like, as much as I may say that in my industry jargon, this is an actual person that needs your help. And that's the kind of mindset that you need to have when you are looking at these people, or your staff is looking at these people. It's like, these people need your fucking help. Like, if someone was, in a car accident, like, the same concept, like, you go help them.
Yeah, I mean, you can use, you don't need to do trials. I mean, you can do risk reversal, right? So if you really needed to, and you could say, look, so there's a bit of echo. Mark, you don't have headphones by any chance?
I could find some.
We'll put your volume a little bit. So basically, risk reversal techniques are, there's no reason why you should be doing work for free, right? Or like de facto for free up front, right? If you really want to do it and you feel a bit nervous about asking for money, right? At least you can do this, which is I charge $1,500 a month or $2,000 a month or whatever is your fee. And you say, look, in the first 2 weeks or whatever your, call it, initial period is. I'm not saying trial period, but the initial period is, you say, well, look, if we get your results, the litmus test of whether you think that we've got you great results is that you would continue on to month number 2, right? Does that make sense? So therefore, if you think we got good enough results for you that you would continue on month number 2, then you should pay for month number 1 as well, right? So if you're nervous about asking for an invoice up front, which you should not be, right? Because there's plenty of ways of borrowing credibility from people in our group, right? If it's the same niche, you can say, look, here's an associate who's working on the same system that I do, gets the same, gets amazing results for whatever the niche is, right? And we can do the same thing for you. Sorry, my Skype is bleeping everywhere. Let me just switch that off. You can borrow that credibility, right? So you could say, JR does great work, or you don't have to name him, but you can be for referring to him if you're working for realtors. That this strategy absolutely kills it. We know we can do it for you as well. Let us work for you for a month. If you like it and we get great results for you, then you pay the invoice for that month and for month 2 onwards as well. So that would be like a risk reversal technique that you could use, but there's no reason why you should actually be doing it for free. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, can you guys also talk a little bit about, because this is really good stuff, but can you guys also talk a little bit about the very first, like the cold, like getting them on the phone is fine, but like what are some of the things you guys have been using at the very beginning? Cold traffic, where are these leads coming from? Are you doing the curious student? Are you doing ads? Are you doing LinkedIn? What are you doing?
My first client ever was, the first person to actually give me money for this stuff was, it was a payroll guy. He did my payroll when I had my tax business. But my first actual client that came out of the blue was, when I did my JRAF funnel and I did the Facebook ad. And then I got my first 3, I think my first 3 clients, they were all chiropractors. They came within like a week or so, all from that Facebook ad.
My first client came from, I did what JR said. I set up a blog post, and I basically, any good piece of content takes someone from A to B. So I showed them exactly how to do it, how to do what I did. And maybe there were some parts missing, whatever. If there wasn't, it would have been too long. But they landed on that page. I set it up. It was an ad to cold traffic. And then I retarget them with an ad to schedule a call with me. And that's basically it on the landing page to schedule a call with me. It was just a blank white page with an opt-in form. And, after I got some testimonials, I put those testimonials on there. But that's how I did it. And that's how I closed my first 2 clients. It was the same day. And then I actually had another trial that didn't convert. That client called me back and said that she wanted to go forth. But what I think the reason a lot of you guys are struggling, if we're talking about lead generation now, the problem you guys are having is because you're doing what everyone else is doing. You guys are sending the exact same messages out to the exact same people. And what you're doing is you're just, you're not standing out. You want your marketing messages to be unique, and you want them to stand out above the rest of the crowd, right? So I can tell you exactly what I did, and you guys can copy exactly what I did. But I'm telling you that you're not ever going to get great results. You may have a small client base or whatever, you might get lucky and hit the people that haven't seen the other people yet. But with the JRAF, I mean, that shit is played out. It's not going to work anymore. Everybody is getting it. These chiros, I mean, and to chiros too. I mean, why can't you take the JRAF and do it to something else? I mean, besides dentists and chiropractors, if you guys are starting out, you guys, you need to create a unique marketing message, and it could be similar to what he did, but just make it your own. I mean, these people are getting hit with the same offers. Now these clients are expecting work for free. They don't value it. And above that, they probably think you guys are all spam. You know what I mean? And think, I don't know if you guys have ever read this book or heard of it. It's Breakthrough Advertising. I don't think you can get it.
Yeah, it's hard to find.
It's not readily available. But if you guys do want a copy, I could connect you with the guy who is republishing them, putting them back into print. But it talks about levels of market sophistication. And what you guys are, it's like, the concept is like, let's just say for weight loss, for example, everybody's getting hit with like lose 20 inches in 30 days guaranteed, right? Well, after a certain amount of time and that audience is getting that same message, it's not going to work anymore. You know, that their level of sophistication has just risen. And now you need to get either more specific or you just need to make a unique message. Now they need something else. They need something else that's going to differentiate that message from the last ones because they're immune to that. In this case, you know, free 10-day trial, Facebook ads. They don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
By the way, the Eugene Schwartz was who wrote that book. If anybody wants to look it up, but I think though that because like you got to understand, there are still people that are using the same exact methods taught on the webinar that see the webinar every day that are getting clients. So I don't think that it's not working anymore. I think that it's just you have to put more care into it. And if you are if everybody goes and exploits like one LinkedIn board or one Facebook group or one whatever, then yeah, it's going to get saturated. But if you are doing that concept and you are, you know, not trying to milk what everybody else is milking in a certain area or a certain technique, you can find it, you know. I mean, I literally see 2 to 3 people posting in the superhero group every day that say they just landed a chiro, they just landed. So obviously it's not working anymore. It's just that for some people it may be just a little bit harder because there's more competition out there. But honestly, I don't see how that's. I don't think that's an excuse. Like, I mean,
I totally agree, Dan. I totally agree. You know, you know, I was going to share how we get leads. You know, if you want as well.
Yeah. I just want to make a point though that Mark's idea with the blog post is genius, and you will have an easier time if you create your own method. Absolutely, you will have an easier time, and I think you should do that. I totally think you should do that. And that's a great, I mean, JR created his own, Mark created his own, and these guys are doing great. But if you think about it, you know, you could do the JRAF and just do a little tweak to it, and now it's your own. You know, you got to take the concept. Like a blog post is essentially like a landing page, just like a long form landing page. These concepts are true in many different aspects, but if you try to literally copy it exactly and go after the same area, then yes, Mark is correct. You will burn it out. But I think the people that are experiencing success day in and day out aren't like literally, you know, trying to milk the exact places and the exact stuff. And like a lot of you guys say, and by the way, I just want to be clear. I've never offered any training on cold emailing or cold calling. But yet I see a lot of complaints about people having trouble with cold marketing and cold calls. So, you know, it's like that's something that could get, you know, if everybody's calling, you know, McAllen, Texas, every chiropractor in McAllen, Texas, then yeah, it's going to get saturated. But look at James Cluster. James Cluster's killing it. He's in the 10K club with live events. What do you want, you know? But, you know, Letitia, it is a new opportunity. I'm sorry. I don't buy into the fact that, I mean, listen, there are methods and techniques out there that have been taught for 10 years that are still working. Okay. I mean, when they first came out, maybe any idiot could do them, and now you have to have at least two brain cells. But my first week coming back to blogging last year, I did the same exact thing I did back in 2011. I made $6,000 right away. So I don't know. I think that's an excuse, honestly. And with that, I'll refer to Jason to talk about what he's doing to get leads.
Yeah, I mean, I just like joint venturing with people who already have the target audience that I'm looking for, right? So I just will simply, and the way I do that, I'm usually targeting business coaches, marketing trainers, people like that who maybe their entire audience are realtors, or their entire audience are, I mean, I've got one client now who are CPAs, and I don't like to kiss loads and loads of frogs, right? I just kiss the one frog, which is the guy who's up on stage telling people, by the way, this is how you get clients in, they'll talk about whatever other techniques they're talking about for that audience. And they can talk about Facebook advertising for getting leads. And what we do is we say, look, announce to your audience that you're going to be rolling out a done-for-you Facebook ads service, right? And you're looking for volunteers, 1 or 2 volunteers, right? And then what we do is we get to know that particular marketing consultant, business coach, their process, their, how they interact with their audience. We build a customized onboarding process for their clients. We're kind of like invisible in the background. We do 1 or 2 test clients for them so that we get results, so that they can, next time they're on stage and they do their seminar, they can say, by the way, we've now got a done for you service for Facebook ads, and these are the results we got, from our trial, and who wants it. So that's, and that way we're getting access to potentially 100, 200, 300 clients. So it then becomes very, very easy to cookie cut the funnels for those audiences. I mean, obviously we don't go for business coaches who are getting up on stage and training every industry in the world, right? So accountants, chiropractors, like all diverse. We go for people who have a specific audience, who've got a specific type of audience. And that way, okay, so our margin is a bit less because obviously they want to get a cut of it. But the thing is, it becomes such an efficient process. We're not having to do any marketing. We just get an email from that person, from that marketing coach or marketing training company saying, got another one for you, Jason. Onboard them, and we just tell them, right, here's the WooFoo form with all the details that we're going to need. This is how, and we clone the ClickFunnels, we clone everything, we redo it in Facebook Ads Manager, and off we go again.
Right. And I want to jump on here and make a little bit of a point here. This is something that Jason said, and that I've been noticing is, how many of you guys in the chat, how many of you guys have done the Curious Student more than once? Let me know in the chat. Like, seriously. Okay. Stop fucking doing that. All right? You're ruining it for everybody. What did I say? You only do it once. If all you guys do it 15, 20 times, then what Mark said is true. Everybody's expecting work done for free. Right? All right? You guys are totally killing it for yourselves and everybody. What did I fucking say? I said do it once, get results, and then sell people on your service. I didn't say do a fucking trial every 10 minutes. All right? It's not my fault you guys don't listen to me. I'm sorry. All right? It's not my fucking fault. So when I see people bitching and moaning about this and that not working because you guys are doing it 20, 30 times, what do you want me to do? All right? You guys need to start fucking listening. All right? I mean, look, I've said this once. I've said it 1,000 times. I've already got your money. So I don't want your money. I want you to have success. And if I have to sit here and tell you to stop fucking around, I will do it. All right. You guys do 20, 30 fucking trials and then you bitch and moan and cry that what do you want? Okay. Get one result and then fucking sell people. And here's another thing. If you sell people with no trial, they're better customers. Who here agrees that? When you sell somebody with that is not a trial, they stick around longer. They're better customers. I showed you guys that technique to get you started, to get you the opportunity to have a result so that you can sell. Stop fucking it up. All right, stop. All right, you get one trial client, you get results. Whether you get paid or not is irrelevant. You take that, you make it a case. Now, JR, what did you say? You said when you get on the phone with them, you take them to a case study video, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that they get
I just
warmed
literally
up.
walk them through, like I show them that my ClickFunnels account and I show them the exact leads I've gotten for this person.
Right.
And yeah.
Right. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Like I think this all comes back to one core concept is you guys, not you guys, but anybody who's struggling that's been in the course for a while. I mean, if you're new to the course, you're all new to this. I understand. But if you've been in the course for 5 months and you're having the same problems, the recurring theme I'm seeing here is that people are not following instructions. Okay? People are not, they're not fucking following instructions. I mean, what if I say to you, hey, we're going to go to this gator exhibit. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to pet a gator and what not to do. And if you fuck this up, you're probably going to get your arm bitten off. Okay? And I take you through it 20 times. And you go to the gator exhibit and you do exactly the opposite of what I tell you. What's going to happen? You're going to get your fucking arm bit off. You're going to get your arm bit off. And then who do you have to blame? Me? Or yourself? Especially when 50 people before you just went to that same gator exhibit and were completely fine. Okay? You can ask Stephanie. I don't handle customer service anymore because I can't deal with it. Okay? Like I have them handle it because I only know what to say to people to get them to take action and get results. I don't know. I can't butter people's balls and make them feel good about themselves. I just know how to tell you what to do to make things work. And I'm telling everybody here, stop doing the opposite of what I'm saying. Okay? The people that are succeeding the most are the people that are following instructions. All right? They are not doing 30 trials. They're not just overdoing it. All right. What is my motto? Get results, show results, make money. It's not get results, get results, get results, get results, get results, get results, and then like 6 months later do the other two things. It's very simple. Get results, show results, make money. Get results, show results, make money. Okay. So get your first result, whether you get paid for it or not, show that off and get more clients. You do not need to do multiple trials. You're just going to be spinning your wheels with bullshit clients. Okay? So you guys need to put on your big girl panties and start taking this business seriously. It's not going to fall in your lap. All right? You guys want to pay me $1 million to do it for you? Fine. All right? But you guys are going to have to up your game. All right? Like I could create cheat sheet after cheat sheet after cheat sheet for you, but if you guys don't pay attention and you guys don't take this seriously, it's not going to work for you. All right. Everybody here on this video is taking it seriously. All right. You got to take it seriously. All right. And just doing the bare minimum and trying to do 50 trials, that's not taking it seriously. So, I mean, I know that's harsh and I know some of you are probably like, oh, Dan's a dick, but I'm speaking the truth because I want you guys to have success. I want you guys to be able to be in the group that I'm like, hey, look at these people getting amazing success. But you're not going to do that if you're not paying attention, if you're doing it wrong. And I don't mean doing it wrong like you're bad at it. I mean like literally doing the opposite of what is taught and what like dozens and dozens and dozens of people are doing that are already getting success. Would everybody agree? I mean, maybe I'm off base. What do you think, JR? Jason,
Yeah,
Mark?
yeah.
I mean,
So I only did a Curious Student one time, right? Just the Curious Student 2.0. That's it. I've only ever done it once, and I got a list like a mile long, right? So And okay, so I took on 7 clients, right, which is way too much. So by the way, do what Dan says, right? I didn't expect to be bulldozed like that, by the way. And I was asking for money because remember, my Curious Student 2.0 was actually asking for money. It wasn't for free. It was saying everyone gives me $250, and I still got everybody giving me $250, right? So why people are doing it even for free, I've got no idea. But
it's almost like a tripwire, right? It makes them better. Like it's almost easier to get them to pay $250 than free, because people who want it for free are usually low quality, but you get them a tripwire. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like a tripwire.
Every single one of them asked me after I took the 250, but how much does it cost afterwards? But they asked me. It wasn't me. I didn't have to say, by the way, this is how much I'm going to charge afterwards. They said, right, great, if this works, how much do I pay you afterwards? So I didn't have to sell. They're saying, I'd like to buy it. I need to know the price.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the only curious student, it's not really curious student, but the only thing is obviously my strategy is with joint ventures, is I do position it with the joint venture partner that, okay, maybe we'll charge a bit of hard costs. We've got some design stuff, but we do say like, we will do one of your clients for free, because really that's kind of a marketing strategy, because it's their reputation at risk. So they don't want to charge because their trial client, right? So, but we've then got that, we've got access to that kind of, one guy's got he's got 3,500 clients, and they're all the same. They're all CPAs, right? So we only need to get results once for one of his clients, and he goes up on stage and says, who else want, because we do need to prove it for his clients and his client base, right? So that's fair enough, right? And so, but as soon as he does his next seminar in 2 or 3 months time, who else wants this? And it's, and we say, well, we still want 1,500. So you charge what you like to your clients, but we're charging 1.5 grand. You know?
That's a great point too. Yeah. I mean, you're getting your 1,500. Who cares if they charge 20 grand a month? Doesn't matter. I mean,
I don't care. Yeah, absolutely. And we've got a team of 7 or 8 people, who build the funnels, who do all that kind of stuff. And so, we specialize in the kind of scaling and enabling them to scale. And so for that JV partner is actually a great service too, because they know, by the way, you're doing that coach, or I really encourage you to go to a business coach or a marketing consultant or trainer, something like that, because they know that their own clients attend their seminars, take notes, and do nothing, right? That's what they do. They attend seminars, take notes, do nothing. Yeah. And so the solution that we present to them is they will attend your seminar, take notes, and you'll offer them done for you. So they still can do nothing, but they will still get results.
I definitely like the partnering idea. That's a great way. And it's probably way easier too. It's a great untapped, but it's going to take more legwork, right? And you're not lazy, but there's probably a lot of people out there that are going to be lazy and not even attempt that, so you can't be lazy. Now I want to also point out, okay, so Tyler asked, curious how many folks are in the 10K club. This is a funny question. There's quite a few. I think everybody on the screen is, but every time I talk about that, somebody's like, oh yeah, I hit 10 grand. I'm like, why didn't you freaking tell me? So Stephanie and Jackie are coming in. I have a whole box of 10K shirts over there. There's 50 shirts. And Stephanie and Jackie are coming in next week, I think. And they're going to send all the shirts out because I'll never get it done myself. So I'm going to have them go to the post office and send everybody shirts out. So, but let me just go around the table here again real quick, and I want to get some more actionable tips from everybody on anything anybody wants to add. Mark, you want to add anything?
Does anybody have a question?
Yeah, are there any? And guys, if you're going to ask a question, I want please keep it focused on client acquisition, because that's what we're talking about right now. So if you guys have a question, please keep it focused on client acquisition, because that's the subject matter right now. I definitely want this to be focused on that. So if you have a question, ask in the question box, and we can definitely go over that, because we have about 10 minutes left. So I want to go rapid fire. So if you guys please ask your questions quickly, that would be fantastic. Mark? Are you sick? Are you guys? Who's here sick?
I'm not sick.
Did you go to FHL?
No, I didn't go.
Did you, Jason? I met Jason there. JR was there. Are you sick, Jason?
I'm in good
No.
shape.
Oh, you British people have immune systems. I swear.
I'm lacking sleep, but I'm not ill.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever met a sick British person. They're always like, top of the morning. I'm like, how are you always so healthy? It's all that spotted dick you eat.
Who actually are.
What did you say? You cut out there. It was like a self-censorship. Did you say you eat it often?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, I have it on. I have it on continuity. That's one delivered every single morning.
Oh wow! What's his name?
No, it's from Marks and Spencer's supermarket.
Oh, you're serious? Oh wow. Okay. that's why I love making fun of British people, because like you make fun of them, they're like, oh yeah, no, I do that. And I'm like,
oh yeah, we totally eat spotted dick all the time.
I know about that from that movie King. What was that movie that was in King Fred or King? It was with the big fat guy, the comedian, King Ralph. You ever seen King Ralph?
I have.
The American is like a descendant of the King of England, and the King of England, the whole royal family gets blown up, and so like this. Like, like barfly American is now the King of England, and he's like disgusting. Yeah, he's like this disgusting fat American, and he doesn't want to do things the British way. He wants to be all American and all like, crazy and laid back, and everybody's like, what the hell? Because, English people are supposed to be all like, so yeah, it was a really funny movie. It was super funny. But all right, let's see if we have any questions.
Wait, so, Genesis is asking, do I have an agreement for my JVs? Kinda. I mean, it tends to be a little bit, like a back and forth, and as to what we do. I do have a kind of a template which I might be able to share. But it tends to be very gentleman's agreement kind of stuff. But the key thing I would say on a JV partnership is the real key thing is like, they have to go all in on this. I mean, there was one time when I had somebody, she actually had a product. This wasn't to do with Facebook ads, but just generally for JV partnerships, and when we were offering a different kind of service for, as a trial to one or two people to then roll out. And I did this whole, script that they were meant to email out to their beta testers, right? Which said, oh, we're really excited. We're going to be rolling this thing out, and this is how it's going to work. We're going to be offering this to clients later on, but we want your testimony, all the kind of stuff that you want them to say. And then she said she actually sent out different. She said, I'm going to make a little modification to it and send it out. And then she deleted absolutely everything and put, oh, we've partnered up with this media expert. He might be able to help you. Have a chat with him, but if you don't want to press forward with it, just tell him you're busy or something, right? So literally like that. I mean, that was literally what the text was, and I just couldn't believe it. I said, that is not what you call a JV partnership. That's what you call somebody hedging their bets, right? And not committing to. So you've got it. You do need to tell your JV partner, hey, look, I'm willing to do one trial for your audience so that we have then access to 50 or 100 of your clients.
Be clear about what the expectations are.
But we're gonna exactly. We're gonna expect you to send an email out, and do not send an email out without showing it to us first. And you have to commit to this timeline to actually set out the whole timeline in advance. That's when the launch date is, and these are all the milestones. Because otherwise, they won't take it seriously. Because again, it's a free trial for them. It's no skin off their nose, and they don't care, right? So you do need to get them to commit to it, and even to the extent you say, look, we can do it for free, but if you don't do you don't do your side of it, then we're going to send you an invoice for $3,000 because we're putting a lot of legwork. We're going to put a lot of legwork into this, and if you don't go up, if we get the results and then you don't go up on stage and and talk about us, and you don't do this, then why have we done it in the first place, right? So you do need to definitely get your JV partners to completely commit to you, and not like, they've got to take it seriously. Like so I've got a whole team. We're going to be doing graphics. We're going to be doing click funnels. We're going to do everything. Don't, just because we're doing one trial for you. Remember, this is a partnership, not like some, this isn't a, we're going to be all be making money together, and
Yeah. So
anyway, so
that seems like a really good for that JV angle. That seems like a really good way to approach that. And I mean, if you can provide any sort of materials, that would be great. If not, but I mean, you guys should be able to find a lot of that stuff online, like JV kind of examples and templates, and just adjust your language to pretty much do what Jason mentioned. Mark, do you have any things to add on, like for somebody that like it is brand new and needs to get to the point where they can get somebody on the phone?
Yeah, you have to realize every activity that you're doing needs to be focused on that outcome. So, structure your day. I mean, if you guys have jobs and, schedule emails to go out in the morning, you need to do whatever it fucking takes. I spent like 99% of my time prospecting before I was able to get those calls. And I got them from my funnel, but you know what I mean? Like, then build a fucking funnel and launch the ads. Like, it's simple. You just have to do actions that will realistically give you that outcome of getting someone on the phone. I mean, you can literally do anything. If you can take the JRAF and put it in some different medium and give it to the client. I mean, you just have to think about what you're doing. If you're spending
was your blog post the best performing one you did?
And that's the thing, I only made one blog post, like the whole time. Like I did one other one just to feel, because I felt scammy only having one blog post on my website.
So you drove, I actually stepped out. I missed a little bit of what you had said earlier. You drove cold traffic with a catchy head. I'm assuming from what I heard, you drove cold traffic with a catchy headline to your blog post where you went over. Yeah. Okay.
It was like how to get 10 quality patients on your schedule in the next 24 hours. That was my headline.
Great. That's fantastic. So, and that seems like I think it would be hard to get, that would be definitely harder to get saturated, because it, like, you guys have to understand, it's the more work you put in, the less people are going to compete with you. All right. I mean, how many of you guys are realistically going to do what Jason does and create partnerships? Not a lot of you. How many of you guys are going to take the time to actually write a blog post and drive traffic to it like Mark does? Probably not a lot of you. Okay. So if you're lazy and you go after the low-hanging fruit, a lot of other people are lazy, and what are they doing? They're going after the whole low-hanging fruit. So the competition gets a little bit more stiff. However, if you put more time and effort into what you're doing, you now are in a much, much more thinned out space, because there's not a lot of people that are going to be putting that much effort in. So your competition level goes way down, and it's much easier. So so in reality, if you really think about it, it's easier. I think it's easier to get clients, or to do, it doesn't even, not even get clients, just whatever. When you do put a little bit more work in, it ends up becoming less work. Because like what Mark just said, he did one blog post, okay, and it's working, okay. But you gotta sit down.
I have a question. What do you think?
We got like 1 minute.
Yeah, we got, make it quick. We got like 1 minute.
Okay, so if you've never had a client before, for example, so for the people out there, what do you think about saying, well, I really, really want to get this particular client, maybe in my case, like a marketing coach. You know what?
Bad idea. Don't
Sorry?
go, I want this particular client, because that's a limiting thing.
Or whatever. Let's say, well, you got to focus on something at some point, let's say, and you say, well, you know what, I'm just gonna pretend I have a client. I'm gonna run
5 seconds, because we got like 30 seconds.
I'm gonna build a page, run an ad to it, get results, even there's no actual client, then show those results.
Talk about what your associates have done, and then once you get your first result, remove that and put in yours, and it'll convert better. That's right. I mean, do a case study on your associates, which would be other people, what you've observed, and then once you get your case study, replace that blog post with
Right. Exactly.
your direct results. Everybody got it? We got 10 seconds left. Everybody did that help everybody? Is everybody good? I'm going to run it. We got like 8 seconds. I'm going to hit stop. All right. Fantastic. Yes. Great. All right. All right. See you guys later. Thanks for helping me out on this one.
Peace.
Peace.
Thanks, Dan.
Bye-bye.